In this video, we're gonna be working on the El Camino's hood. We're gonna be addressing some hood pin holes, and we're also gonna be hammering out some dents. Let's get into it. The first thing I'm gonna do is address these hood pin holes right here. I'm gonna measure the diameter of this circle, and I'm gonna cut out a piece of either 18 gauge or 16 gauge, whatever I got, and we'll weld that up in there. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna spray it with air to help keep it cool, because otherwise the hood will get all warped and we don't want that. I'm gonna TIG weld this. I'll probably set the machine to around 80 amps and I'll just feather it with the foot pedal. Okay guys, so I finished this side, and instead of TIG welding it, I decided to MIG weld it because I thought that might make it a little bit easier, and it did. I mean, this turned out pretty good. So I'm gonna give this a sand down, just like I did to the other side over here. This is pretty flush, and then of course I'm gonna mud over it and then sand it and do all that fun bodywork stuff. There's this gash right here. I don't really see me getting this out at all. I'm probably just gonna have to fill that with mud. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a quick sand, and then we can start working on pulling out the dents. So I moved the hood onto these stands so that it's easier for me to work on. I'm not gonna explain my process here too much due to the fact that I really don't have any idea what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna start hammering stuff and see what happens. Well guys, I'm struggling. For the life of me, I can't get this figured out. The problem I'm having is this giant one right here. It's like oil canning. You see that? It's making it really hard for me to try and get this smoothed out. I've seen videos of people trying to use a torch and heating it up because that shrinks the metal. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm probably gonna have to do some more research and come back tomorrow. So, see ya. Well guys, it's a couple days later and I've come up with a couple more ideas. What I've seen some people do in videos is they take an acetylene torch with a heating tip and they heat up the center of the area where the oil canning is happening. After it gets cherry red, they cool it down really fast with an air hose. And what that does is it shrinks the metal. Now, since I don't have an acetylene torch, I'm gonna try and use this MAP gas torch here. I have no idea if this is gonna work or not. I've never done this before. I'm not recommending you do this. This is the center of the area that has this oil canning problem. Hopefully the torch gets it hot enough. I know it's not cherry red, but I'm gonna try and smack it down. Now we'll cool it. Well, I'm gonna try and hammer this out some more and see where we're at. We'll probably have to try and heat it up again, and I'm gonna sand this this paint off here so that we can better see what we're dealing with. Well, after sanding this down and taking a second look at it, I think what we did helped out a lot. It's not oil canning like it was. You know, it's sinking down a little bit here. Might be a little bit stretched here. We could shrink that a bit. All right guys, so I pretty much finished this up here. I got it looking pretty good. There's a couple low spots there, but those will fill in good. It'll have to work. That's the best I could really do. The next thing we're gonna work on is the inner shell. Basically, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna peel all of these off. I'll probably have to get a heat gun or something and just pry it off. And I'm gonna wire wheel the backside down so that way we can get this ready for paint, because I don't want this to rust through. That's not good. Now that we got the adhesive off, we can start wire wheeling. Well, I got it wire wheeled down pretty good. Now I'm just gonna throw some paint at it and then we'll be done. Well guys, it's not super pretty, but it doesn't have to be. The only reason why I painted this was just for some extra protection against the rust. Well, we got a lot done. We got those hood pin holes filled. We pretty much got all of the dents pulled out of the outer hood, and we got this thing painted. So all that's left really is to weld it back on, and then do the body work. Thank you guys for watching. We're chipping away at this project just one little thing at a time. I think the next thing I'm gonna do to the El Camino is the floor pans.